Tuesday, October the 1st. Guys, welcome to October. We don't have any fancy thing. Sorry, I had to check to see if I was still live. We don't have any fancy, contests this October because we will next month, November. We could call it Squattober because we happen to be squatting anyway, but that would feel disingenuous. Anyway, it's Tuesday. We wrote in the notes today, the first line of the notes today is about the stimulus of today's workout, which is consistent pacing and moderate intensity. And truth be told, that could be the intent of every single Tuesday workout. Most of the time, particularly over the time horizon that we tend to schedule for these days. We'll call it 25 plus minutes, but often more than 30. And so the reason it felt worthwhile to call out specifically today is because we only have 3 movements, right? This is a triplet, and it's only, I'm going to say only, in parentheses, 1.5 miles of running, which, you guys have gotten down with more than that over the last several months, really. So where is this moderate intensity coming from, and what are we putting it towards? Well, that's the kind of pacing we're always looking for on a Tuesday anyway. Like, this should not be, the reason we say moderate intensity instead of high intensity, which is what you would expect a CrossFit coach to say, although you'd be wrong, is that, a full out all effort, like the kind we'd expect on, say, Thursday or yesterday's workout on Monday, if you were to attempt to do that today, it would ruin you for the rest of the workout. So pacing becomes a thing, particularly in the sport of CrossFit, for that reason and that reason alone. Like, if all you were ever doing in a long form WOD was going to 90% of your heart rate and then eventually to mechanical failure, and then resting until you felt good again, A, that's a different workout, but B, it would just take you longer than everybody else. So we're also trying to entice you into doing the right thing with the time cap today. So let's talk about the WOD. 3 rounds for time. It is 800-meter run, a distance you are well familiar with at this point, 50 kettlebell swings, and then 50 ab mat sit-ups, which is not like the most intense movement in the world by itself, but which, if you were to sustain a set of 50, that tension will keep the heart rate nice and high. Not maximum high, but like zone 2, zone 3, and keep it there. So that moderate intensity and pacing is going to come out, but mostly, obviously, the pacing part with the run, it's not going to be your fastest 800-meter of all time, but then you need to pace the kettlebell swings as well. There's a grip component to this. There is the fact that it's a kettlebell swing, and so therefore we would expect there to be bigger sets. And also it's a aerobic capacity day, so we're not expecting, and we wouldn't, we'd sort of frown upon people grabbing, the heaviest kettlebell that they would normally think to swing, because today's not about that. Like, if you can't do big sets of, say, 15 to 25 today, if you're not capable of that, particularly while fresh, then I would say it's the wrong kettlebell for an aerobic capacity day, right? It shouldn't be the thing that takes the longest, a set of 50 kettlebell swings. It's a great day, in fact, to grab something lighter. All right, so the cap of 35 minutes, let's just call it a soft cap. And what I mean by that is, I want you to plan around that cap, around finishing under that cap. So if automatically you go, I'm only going to get 2 rounds of this done if you expect me to run 800 meters and do 50 kettlebell swings, if you're saying that, and that even with a lighter kettlebell, it's the run that's going to crush you, or maybe you don't do sit-ups really quickly, then off the bat, you would modify just like you would anything else. But if you're someone who gives it the old college shot, you're pretty sure, hey, I can finish this. It's actually 12 plus minute rounds to finish under the cap today. Well, then, is it 12 plus? No, it's a little less than 12-minute rounds to finish today under the cap. Then if you are on, say, your set of 50 sit-ups and the clock is about to hit 35, then, just keep going. Finish it out. Feel successful. Feel like you finished it. But we do want to push you with a little bit of a slightly more aggressive cap with a triplet, just to make sure no one's sort of, I was going to say cutting corners, but I mean that no one is not getting the stimulus today, I don't want to say on purpose, but like kind of just running through the motions. That we can't have that on a day that's purposeful, right? On a day that has a specific intent. All right, anyway, it took me 27:58 or something like that. So I'm giving you a good 7+ minutes on top of how long it took me to get it done. All right, enjoy.